Alright, in this video we're going to show you a couple things here. We're going to show you first how to make a folder to save everything into, and then we're going to start with our first lesson here called the additive method. We've kind of done this a little bit already and just practicing, but this is a little more practice for you. So on your desktop here, down at the bottom, we have the Start button, we have Internet Explorer, and then we have Windows Explorer right here, and that is a way to access all of your files and all of your locations. So if you click on that, it brings up this little window here, probably defaults to libraries. On the left hand side over here you have favorites, libraries, and computer. If you don't see anything under computer, click this little arrow right here, and it brings up all the different drives on your computer. You have the hard drive, which is your C drive. Mine has a removable disk like a floppy drive. And then we have your Z drive, or your network drive. That is the one that looks like your name, $, has E472 in it. It either ends with a Z or an H, colon. So click on that, and we're going to add a folder in here. So we come up to the top, we type new folder, click on new folder, and it brings you down here to the very bottom, puts a blue box up. You can just type over that. You can call it PLTW, you can call it 3D models, whatever you want to call it. When you do that, click enter, and you now have a PLTW folder that you can save everything into. I'm going to delete mine. I've already got one. That's how you make your own folder. Okay, now that you've got your own folder made, we're going to go in here into Inventor, and we're going to make a new part. Click on New, and we're going to make a standard.ipt, and we are going to make the additive part. You may have this paper in front of you, or you may not, depending on where you're setting. Basically, it is a kind of an L-shaped piece, and we're going to add a square onto the end of it. So if we click on Create 2D Sketch, it brings up our planes here. We're going to select the X and Y plane right here. So we click on it, and it brings up our X and Y axis. Now, looking at this sheet here, we've got a rectangle with a little notch cut out of the end of it. So we're going to have to use the line tool to do this one. So we're going to select line. We're going to click our center point right here. We're going to click and drag straight up. Okay, and we're going to type in this box over here, 1.5. Enter. That'll bring us back here to the beginning. Okay, the magnifying glass kind of zoom out there, and then we're going to draw a line straight out here. Make sure that it's 90 degrees down there, and then this is also going to be 1.5 inches. Enter. So we've got two lines now, a line going up the y-axis and a line 1.5 inches going out. Now we're going to go down, straight down here, 0.75 or 3/4 of an inch. Hit enter. Now we're going to go halfway out here to the right, 0.75. And then we're going to drag straight back down here to the x-axis, which will be 0.75. And then connect back here to our center point, which will be 2.25. So you should end up with a shape like that. 1.5 inches up, 1.5 inches across, 1/4 of an inch down, 0.75, 0.75 out, 0.75 down, 2.25 all the way back to the end here. Alright, so we're going to finish that sketch, and we're going to make this 0.75 inches deep. So we're going to click on Extrude, and we'll pull it out. You see it's already at 1 inch, but we want that to be 0.75. Click on OK. Now if we look at our model here, we should have a piece on the end down here, a little square piece coming out. So we're going to click on Create 2D Sketch. We're going to click on our front face here. And we're going to draw a square down here in this bottom left-hand corner. It's going to be a 0.75 square. So I can actually use rectangle this time. I can click my corner point here, drag up and to the right. Now I want those two numbers to be 0.75, so I just type in 0.75. I hit tab, 0.75, and hit enter. And there's my square. I finish that sketch, and it is also extruded 0.75. Remember, you have to click the shape first. There's our distance already put in there. Click OK, and you should end up with something like that right there. In our next video, we're going to show you how to do the same thing here, but we're going to show you how to draw a large piece and cut part of these pieces out to be left with this right here. That's called the subtractive method. So that is it for the additive method.